Okay, so the project we're working on right now, what our objective is to take these wireframes provided by the client, put together a swag, kind of go through the flow. We got a bunch of wireframes that they hand wrote, see what's missing. This particular project, it's a mobile app, and it's all good on the mobile app side, but it doesn't have any screens that pertain to the whole back-end administration stuff. Administrating the users, reports, billing, all things that happen on the back end, which is fine. That's, we don't expect our clients to think about that stuff when they're designing. They're thinking about the front end, the user experience, what it's supposed to achieve. What we do is we have to go and figure out, okay, how does this all get tied in? How's the data being collected, could be used, and then sent out, whether it's through notifications or reports or collecting money, or what this particular app is doing is, send out information that people need to follow up on. So those are things that we got to go back to the client with. Okay, this is our understanding of it. This is what we see it's missing, big picture wise, and then and give them swag, and then see if he wants to go forward with it. And that's really with any project. The sooner we give them swag, the better for everyone. Because too often clients come in with the greatest ideas in the world and they have $5. And which isn't bad if we can get them to a prototype and they can go to investors. But even that's going to cost them, $8-10 grand probably. But some people just don't know. They don't realize what it takes to create some of these mobile apps or software packages. And until they ask us, they don't know. So we help them with that.
And again, that's a team approach. When you come back, you're now involving a team, so you're communicating what you guys or the salesperson has done to a team who's then going to look it over.
Correct. Yes, what the sales guy promised versus what we are supposed to be doing. Yes, that's always that's why we have an internal kickoff meeting, because we want to make sure what the sales guy sold, or told the sales or told the client, is our understanding of our deliverable, whether it's discovery or a full-blown project. This is the box we're painting. This is what we're supposed to achieve. This is the outcome we expect and our deliverable. And then we send that back to the client for sign-off before we even have a kickoff meeting with the client, because we want to make sure everyone's on the same page right out of the gate. There's nothing worse than disappointing a client or over-promising and it just doesn't end well. So we want to make sure we're not light on sign-offs, and it's not just about covering our butts, but it's also about keeping the client engaged, making sure that they understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. So yeah, I mean, a typical project could have 8 sign-offs easily, and but that's all for the better, because the first few sign-offs really walk them through it, explaining why it's so important, if you don't take your time to go through this, and there are changes, it costs time and money. So we're pretty adamant about that. I think we're pretty good at keeping our change orders to a minimum. I would say by far the majority of change orders are nice to haves.
Client-driven stuff.
Yeah, things that they're like, hey, now I've seen this. You know what? Yeah, I know it's going to cost us $5,000, but it's going to save us this step over here. It's basically scope creep. Like bringing in a different department or bringing in a different part of the program. But they've already seen the ROI because of the first few releases. They're like, you know what? It's silly not to spend the money. Let's just get it in there and get it done. Because if we don't, we're still doing a manual process over here. Well, we'll just tie it right in and be done with it. Yeah, it's not hard to show the ROI on good software. That's not true. So that's a good idea.
I was going to say, that sounds really good.
On paper, on paper, it's a bit to show ROI, because it's just that. It's numbers that are fabricated. But But a business owner or a business manager knows, they know in their head if it's actual ROI, I think. Again, we're not talking about people spending millions of dollars with us, you know, well.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are sometimes.
Well, they can design with an end goal instead of just being arbitrary about it.
Right.
They've got specific milestones that help them drive that forward, as opposed to just, I got an idea.
Right, but if you just think about, I mean, easy numbers, $40,000, $80,000, $120,000. If what we do saves having to hire another person, or makes it so you can use an existing person in a different role within the same company, you're still saving salary. How many of those people are you saving to justify that cost? But then that cost repeats every year. So you're not spending that, you know, $40, $80, or $120,000 every year. You only spend it once, but you're not having to pay that employee for the next 10 years. So that's a kind of an easy thing. An ROI that I don't think gets enough attention is the business decisions we make with good data. You give me the good data, and I can make a decision whether I need to buy another piece of equipment or not. For example, with a client that it appears bought some equipment they probably didn't need to because they were under the illusion that they had a heavier workload than they really did. And we're talking about 7-figure expensive equipment. And that was before we were involved. We got involved, we ran some numbers and tests. Tests meaning that re-verified our numbers. And come to find out, they probably didn't need to buy some of that equipment. So what's the ROI on that? I mean, it's not the depreciation on the equipment, I assure you. So there's a lot of different ways to look at ROI. Obviously, salaries are the easiest, but I really think it's the business decisions. It's performance decisions. You have a sales guy, for example, and you have a software. You don't have a software that's tracking your sales activity, and you get hired and then the fire for a conversation every sales meeting, and you let that go on too long. Okay, first off, you're wasting that guy's salary. Okay, wasting all other people's time with that guy or girl. Let's just throw it out there, and then. But at the same time, what are they doing for your name, your reputation? Assuming they're out talking to people, if you're that fortunate with some of these guys, how are they representing you? Why aren't they closing the deals? Well, if you have a software showing they are doing the meetings, they're having the conversations, and they're not closing the deals, you can have a much more serious problem than just the fact that he's not well trained. He could be really poorly representing the company. What's your cost of that? The sooner you know those kinds of things, the better. I really think about all the different data points of a good workflow software. I mean, a project alone. I mean, the amount of money you can save on a properly managed project, any business owner is going to tell you it is. Again, these are businesses that do $5 million more in business. Their average project costs more. They can lose more money on a project than they spend on their software. And they're doing hundreds of those projects a year. So it's surprising that, I feel it's really surprising more and more companies aren't having better software in their business. Yeah.
A lot of times they just get accustomed to the way things are. This is how I've always done it. This is how we've always done it. Money's coming in, projects are getting sold, or jobs are getting closed, so why should I worry about growing? There's obstacles that can come to people who get into a groove. And I don't mean just a positive thing. Because groove is an upbeat sounding word. I guess a rut is probably more accurate. This is the word I should have said. There's those people who are just, I go in, I punch the clock, I make a widget, I go home.
And if you want your business to run like this and you're happy, that's probably fine. But not an entrepreneur I know. They want to see their business scale. And if you want to scale, you got to have the processes in place. and a software in place to do that. You gotta build that golden reins and let the people run it and know it's being run well. And I will tell you how software gets in these places, that shitty software. This is a story I've said many times.
Oh,
Here we go. Situation. They have budgets, they got numbers they're supposed to be making, they're not making the numbers, the CEO's just, lost his marbles, he's screaming at people, WTF and left and right. What's going on here, guys? We need accountability, we need what's going on with the sales team, we need a sales funnel. This is ridiculous, What kind of business are we running here? So, there's the poor general manager or one of the project managers like, okay, where do we get software? They go to Google, project management software, sales CRM, whatever, which one they freaking download. They download it, and then they the $79 per user thing, they go to the CEO and say, hey, you know what, I handled it, I bought software X, and I just put it in our IT guy's hands, and he's gonna implement it. So now you got the CEO went like this, okay, it's been handled, the general manager or project manager like that has been handled. Now here's this poor IT person, okay, that is now been thrown on his plate, okay? He's an IT guy. He either writes software for the company, well, probably doesn't write software for the company, takes their network, PCs, Microsoft Office licenses, he's probably great at that stuff. But now he's got to implement a software solution. Well, he's going to do what he knows best. He's going to deploy, he's going to send an email to HQ, say, everyone, you now have an account created at XYZ, is going to track our sales activities. If you have any questions, come see me. Okay, you know where that just went. Okay, if they create the accounts, if they go in, and here you go with the partial data, which is worse than no data. Now you have some people using it, some people not. No one bought into this thing, most likely. So now there's a software out there, and the company's spending, what, $3-4 grand a month on this thing probably? They got a decent sized company?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So they're spending all this money. Well, guess how many months go by? 3 to 6 months go by. And then another meeting goes on. And we're hearing about irons in the fire and all this stuff going on. The numbers haven't changed, but they got the software in place. And then they lose their marbles. Well, that's the wrong software. That software sucks. We need to buy this other software because, I got a buddy that works over here and he uses this software instead. And you know what? It's only $64 a month.
It works on an iPad.
Oh, and it's awesome.
Very visually appealing.
Yes, it is sexy.
Old crap.
Oh, you should see the charts we kick off this thing.
I can't believe we haven't used this whole time.
Oh yeah, and everyone's gonna love this thing. Look how great it is. So that's just do it again. For IT guy, email goes out, 3 to 6 months go by, still nothing's happening.
And now we got 2 C.
Yeah, some people are still probably using the old one. They forgot to cancel that or the year-long contract, and it's all gonna help. And that's the problem. It's not. And either software packages might be just fine. And I'm not slamming on so many SaaS softwares out there. I don't believe personally that an out-of-the-box solution is a good fit for 99% of the businesses. But whatever, for small businesses, it might get them through until the next big growth spurt. But what I'm getting at is it doesn't take them to the next level. They lose a year messing around with this stuff, and they never got buy-in. They never got the employees to understand why they're doing it. They don't understand why it benefits the company. Everyone knows that works in any company, if a company grows, the people grow with it. And people want to grow. The right people want to grow. The people in your company, if you're not going to grow, they're going to find a place where they can grow. And that's how you lose people. So you want to continuously be growing, you want to be continuously challenging your people, and by giving them a good software package with accountability, does that. And versus shoving some off-the-shelf SaaS thing down their throat, or just throwing it out there instead of using it. Because again, that's not defining processes.